I have this jar of stuff. It's got a cheap knockoff version of the camera connector kit. It's got the real camera connector kit from Apple. Has a USB hub in there, and I have absolutely no idea if any of it still works. Hello, my loop friends. Welcome to Live Loopers. I'm Alex, and this is Live Loopers, where we talk about things related to looping. A number of years ago, I switched from looping on a tabletop loop station to looping on one of these things. This is an iPad. It definitely does not weigh much. It definitely doesn't take up a lot of space. It doesn't even cost a lot of money if you get a used one. It's pretty reliable, and I love it. It makes things so much easier in so many ways. I wish I could say that it's all upside, but then sometimes people ask me, well, how do I connect instruments to it? And then, it should be simple. It should be easy. iPads are designed to be easy. You just touch things and you get them to do the things that you want. It's uncomplicated, but then I go to all these different iPad places where we talk about how you do the iPad music production and iPad looping, and I see the same question again and again and again and again. How do I connect? Where do I get a USB hub? Does anybody have any recommendations for a powered USB hub that works? Mine doesn't work. I got one. It doesn't work. I had one. It was working. It stopped working. It's not easy. Okay, I have this thing. This is an iRig. Clearly, this no longer works exactly as it did when I first got it. This was the cheapest replacement that I could find. It was a really cheap keyboard controller. It's called a Samsung Graphite M32. It no longer works. For those two keyboards, I had a number of keyboards that were in this vein. This is a Novation Launch Key Mini that is missing one of its rotary encoders somewhere, but that's not a huge problem. Getting keyboards like this taught me a couple things. One of the things was that I'm not very good being limited to 25 keys. I kind of need 3 octaves instead of 2 octaves. But the more important thing that it taught me was that these keyboards that have this little teeny mini USB connector thing connecting this to your iPad, those are somehow programmed to disintegrate on contact with anyone under 10 years of age. Yeah, that's a joke, but it's just not even really a joke. Using these in the way that I was using these, which is bringing them around, trying to teach young folks how to do some musical stuff. These little plastic keyboards, they don't do well in that environment, and particularly the little teeny plug-in thing that plugs into here just invariably gets bent, destroyed. This is my current keyboard. This is a Bluetooth keyboard. You don't have to plug it into anything. I mean, it has a thing where you could plug it into something if you wanted to, but you don't have to. A Bluetooth keyboard controller costs more than a non-Bluetooth keyboard controller, but you know what costs even more than that is having to buy the same dang thing about 5 times when you could just buy it once. And I was that guy on the Facebook groups asking people, how do I get one of these keyboard controllers that won't just keep getting broken? And somebody said to me, why don't you just get a Bluetooth controller so you won't have to worry about that wire getting broken over and over again? And I'm an old guy, and old people, we trust wires. We're like, if there's a wire connecting the one thing to the other thing, then you know how it works. Just the wire transports the things from the place to the other place. And Bluetooth is kind of like, I don't know how, but it was pretty much the thing that saved me, because this Bluetooth controller is still working. Like 5-6 years later, I have gotten off the keyboard Carrousel, and I just have one that works and continues to work. Lately I've been taking it a step even further and not bringing any keyboard controller, any instruments, anything other than just the iPad, because I have been discovering that thanks to Loopy Pro, I can just be a touchscreen looper and input the notes directly on the screen and loop them. Crazy, but that's a story for an upcoming video that I am working on currently. So what am I saying for this video? Well, for one thing, I just can't even stress how much that I have personally been helped by minimizing your setup. If I know that there's the temptation to just wow people with, bringing in tons and tons of different instruments and sounds for props and everything, but definitely the fewer things that you need to mic, the better off you're going to be, and also just the fewer things that you need to bring, I find that helps me. Another thing is that I just needed to vent and get this off my chest because I just see this too much. It just doesn't make any sense. Why can't we fix this problem? Like, why can't it just be easy to get connectivity for iPads? I just don't get it. Another thing that I'm saying with this video is that if you are like I was and just really highly resistant to Bluetooth controllers, but you need controllers, you should give a strong consideration to Bluetooth controllers, because I have only needed to buy one and it still works. And before that, I was just needing to buy one like every 6 months, it seemed. And the last thing I'm saying in this video is I think we need to just make a website somewhere just saying if you have this kind of iPad, you need this kind of connective device, or this. There just needs to be a simple chart somewhere or something. I don't know, because I don't see it getting solved any other kind of way. If you have had similar issues with controllers and connectivity on your mobile device, I would love to hear it. Sound off in the comments. Has it just been easy and smooth sailing for you, or have you got horror stories with your devices like I have? I would just love to hear about anybody's experiences. If you like talking about looping and these kinds of things, consider giving a subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. Loop on.